again. The Metal Hand of God podcast. The Fillmore, New Orleans. Major, massive concert announcement is about ready to drop in your laps. Are you ready? They're doing it. Again. Over. And over.
Here's a major concert announcement brought to you by the Metal Hand of God podcast. Only at the Fillmore, New Orleans.
That's right, Wayne. This is another reason why the Fillmore is the #1 premier concert venue in New Orleans. Are you ready for a hell of a show?
Ready for a rocking night.
On September 29th, get ready, ladies and gentlemen, Stone Temple Pilots.
Jesus Christ! Whoa! Awesome!
This is an iconic band you're not going to want to miss. Bringing a full summer worth of concerts, the Fillmore bringing you Stone Temple Pilots. Get those tickets for September 29th. Or they're going to be gone.
Bodacious.
Who knows the next time you'll be able to see this band on stage. Stone Temple Pilots and special guests, Rival Sons.
That's the wildest thing I've heard.
So go to the FillmoreNOLA.com, LiveNation.com, or go to the MHOG podcast website. Click on the links, it'll take you to ticket sales. Stone Temple Pilots, September 29th. Be there.
Outstanding. Is there more? Tell us all about it.
You want more, you got it. The Fillmore has got the summer concert series locked down, just like September 29th for Stone Temple Pilots and Rival Sons. Get those tickets. Go now.
No. That was a lot of fucking adjectives.
It is.
Shit.
That doesn't work.
Oh.
Whoopsie. And welcome back to the Metal Hand of God podcast. I am your host, Wayne, and with me, as always, is the young, vivacious.
Well, I'm young and vivacious. This is the Rum Guy.
Yes, it is. I just gave you a quick compliment there, Rum, because normally I call you an old, crabby bastard. So today I felt
nice.
That's
nice.
Yeah.
I'm feeling young and vivacious anyway, so that's good.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Today we have two guests. There's Bill and Randy.
Hello. Welcome. Thank you guys for having us on the most dangerous podcast in the world.
You know it. That's
Yes.
right. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. Man, you guys did y'all. You see, they did their work, man. They know. They're in the know. Like N-O, not K-N-O-W. But anyway. So these two guys. Oh, go ahead.
And I was going to say, so these two guys, Wayne was telling me, you guys are the brains and the masters of
The brawn.
MightyCon.
Yeah, I don't know how much brains are really involved, but yeah, it's very little. We are the guys behind MightyCon and the New Orleans Comic Con. So coming to you very shortly here, and we are just pumped for it. We cannot wait.
The clock is ticking, isn't it?
Oh my God, you tell me about it.
About a week away?
Yes.
Week and a half?
Week and a half.
Week and a half away.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be
It's
awesome.
crazy.
It's going to be really cool.
Well, it's time for beignets.
Yes.
That's what I'm most
I know. Yeah, we know what you're focused on. No one's questioning where your head's at.
So okay,
So how
go
how
ahead.
much time does this take to organize?
You took the words out of my mouth.
You know, it's weird. It feels like it takes all year to sort of organize, and then it's like the last few months is all the frantic finalizing stuff. Like no one ever wants to commit to anything a year out, and then it's like 2 months out, everyone in the world's coming out of the woodwork.
Like you sell out of all. Either you sell out of all your space, or you have guests who didn't want to come, but then it's like, oh, this is happening, and then they reach back out, and it's like, we invited you already. You said no. We got other guests. It is legitimately, especially the last, no joke, last 3 weeks is when people want in, and it's like it's either we don't have the space, or it's we already have too many people booked, and it's.
Yeah, it's
Well,
crazy.
that kind of sucks, though, doesn't it? Like, it's like you're like, okay, guys, like we really want you to come, but you told us no, so we got somebody else to take your place. But now you're like, hey, I really want to do this, so like, that kind of sucks.
Oh, absolutely. Because then you start looking at the cost of a last-minute plane ticket and all that. And you're like, oh my God, is there any way to do this? And you know the answer is no.
But that's a good thing. They will reach out to you first thing when you announce next year's show, and then you have that guest. So I mean,
right. Yeah, and that's how they grow. That's how, last year we, half a dozen guests, really, if even that. This year it's doubled in size.
I noticed that.
Yeah,
it was a good show last year, and now there's a new venue and everything.
Yeah.
We're in Kenner.
Y'all in Kenner this year, right?
Yes, that's the whole thing. We're up at the Pontchartrain Center, which last year we were on the West Bank.
Yeah, and we got a lot of people were like, oh, they're past the bridge.
Which we did not know this. Wayne, you might have some more insight into this stuff.
Yeah, it's really funny because I live on the West Bank, okay? I live on that side, which I was like, oh, awesome. There's actually something happening on this side of the river that's fucking cool, I was like really excited. We went. It was really cool. It was a great show. But you're right. People are afraid to go over the bridge for some reason.
They will not travel. Now, what's interesting about this is, we're from Chicago.
Okay.
And the South Side of Chicago is world famous for not being the safest place in the world.
Right.
Anytime we talk to people when we're in other cities, go, oh, Chicago. Oh, I heard it's dangerous there. Yeah, you're talking about the South Side of Chicago. Thing is, people will still regularly go there. They don't really have a problem with it. It's just weird. The West Bank, man alive, it's like a hard line on that river that people just don't cross.
Well,
and we had no idea.
Well, it's really funny. It's funny you guys say that because, like, I book bands out here, okay, and like I can't get people from the West Bank to go to the East Bank for shows, and I can't get East Bank people to go to the West Bank for shows, and I'm going, guys, it's the same band on both sides of the river. Why can't you travel? I mean, it doesn't make a difference to me. And it's really hard. It's really, really hard for some apparent reason. It's like a stigma,
Is there some sort of history, like back in the 70s? Was there some sort of no, not trying to be funny?
No.
Was there some sort of weird turf war?
This is what I can explain to you.
Why is that there? Why is that crossing the bridge such a superstition?
Okay, I'll explain it to you.
Yeah.
I lived on the West Bank for almost, I'd say, pretty much most of my life. And then I moved to the East Bank, which is the Metairie area. It's like maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes from actual New Orleans. And
it's like the Jeffersons. He moved on up.
Yeah, I moved on up, right? So anyway. And yeah, pretty much. No, actually the East Bank this time, so it was a little different. Yeah. But in Metairie, there's a stigma about the West Bank being like nothing there. Like there's only, there's woods and there's no buildings. There's no nothing. Like this real weird, like it's not equal to what the East Bank is. And I think that's where the stigma comes. And then most people, and then when people hear that, like the people from the West Bank hear that about the East Bank saying those things, it pisses those people off. So they don't want to go over there and spend their money. And then the East Bank people don't want to come over here because they think it's lower class and trash.
Oh, it's a great Gatsby situation.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, no, it really surprised us because you don't see this in other parts of the country. I mean, again, Chicago, if anywhere, you would see that in Chicago, and you don't. There's certain neighborhoods you just avoid if you can.
Right.
More for self-preservation.
Like, don't go to Gary, Indiana.
Right. So that was right. So it was a very surprising thing, and that was part of what spurred us into moving to the Pontchartrain Center.
Right.
Combined with the fact that the Pontchartrain Center is a really nice place.
It is.
Great convention hall.
It's a big venue too.
Yeah. Ample parking, which is real huge for something like this. And it's honestly being really close to the airport is actually really nice.
Yeah, especially for you guys for coming out of town, and all the guests too. I'm sure will make it a lot easier.
That's a big thing. I mean, when you have 15, 20 people flying in for a show, and you got to shuttle them, from the airport to the convention center to their hotel, back to the airport. Having all that within a 15-minute range is a lot nicer. We've done some shows where it's a good 20, 30 minutes.
Ooh, yeah.
Airport, and all of a sudden, you've got one guy at a 6 o'clock flight, one guy at a 7 o'clock flight, one guy at an 8 o'clock flight. And you're like, well, someone's going to be rushing, and someone's going to be waiting for a long time.
Right. And you know what? Right next to the Pontchartrain Center is the casino too, as well. By the way.
That's not the worst thing in the world.
Nah. I mean, most people.
Yeah, I enjoy spinning the roulette table. I'm not gonna lie.
I've never been to a casino before in my life.
Really?
That's surprising.
I went to a buffet in one when we.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought I've been to one with you, but
we
yes.
ate. I've never gambled. I'm gonna be 28. And I've never gambled in my life.
I'm sensing a theme with Randy here, having to be based around food.
He is. He is.
It would be more. You'd be able to. If this was me from 2 years ago, you'd be like, "Oh, of course he likes food."
He used to cosplay as Bob. Now he can cosplay as Jay. He's gone through.
Oh, nice, dude! Congratulations, man.
Congrats, man.
I didn't want to bring that up, but no, I love food.
And that's another thing that New Orleans. We would do the New Orleans Wizard World show every year, and we developed a really great following down there. It's a fun show, but it's not really a comic con.
No, it's all about movie celebrities and everything else.
Right.
And
pop
LASIK
culture.
eye surgery.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's a culture show, and in talking to a lot of people down there, everyone said, "Boy, there's a lot of demand for an actual comic convention."
You're right.
Sure.
There was nothing filling that, so we said, I love the city, I love visiting it, I love the people down there. We started looking at that as a spot, and yeah, here we are. So.
Dude, I'm grateful for it, man. Like, it really is about time that somebody actually did something similar to this. I mean, I've heard talks from other people and other stuff, but it's always ended up being, they have Wizard World, don't worry about doing anything small, or anything, other than what they do. And I'm like, we're not trying to compete with them, guys. We just want something a little different.
We actually, I still, as a vendor, so I sell comics as well. You can see behind us.
Yes.
As a vendor, I set up half a dozen or more Wizard World shows a year all over the country. Love the guys. If you ever have a chance to meet them, Peter Katz, one of the coolest guys in the business, knows everybody.
Nice.
The Wizard World. There's some really great people. But again, they do what they do, which is not comic books. They have comic books, but they're a pop culture show,
right?
And that's
There's
what
nothing wrong with that. It's different.
And that's
right.
Right, and that's what they do.
It's like a traveling San Diego, basically. But in a smaller aspect, yeah.
Right. I mean, we got we're gonna have like a Ninja Turtle panel at the convention with 3 different Ninja Turtle artists at it, and that's just not something you're gonna see at a pop culture show.
Tell me you guys got Tim Lottie to do that.
Well, we got Steve Levine, Frank Fosco, and
wow,
the third guy.
I don't remember.
Oh man, Andy Kuhn.
I believe so.
I think so.
Nice.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, I know. And what's cool, Fosco's he did the entire Image run, which is actually getting re-released right now.
Really? That's awesome. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
so
he's pretty popular right now. I guess that.
Yeah, he's doing real well, and then Steve Levine, obviously the OG Turtle guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we have a local artist. I know I'm sure you heard of Tim before.
Yes.
He does the Ghostbusters and stuff like that for IDW.
Josh reached out to him. So yeah.
He also did some Turtle covers. That's why I was asking. I didn't know if you had mentioned that.
It's the last couple of weeks. I have been.
Well, I know it's to say our plates are full.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
I bet, dude.
Yeah.
I have a question that's comic book related, but it's for my own personal collection. Tell me, you guys, you've heard of the game Gears of War, right?
Of course.
All right, do y'all play?
I played the first couple.
I
Okay.
played 1 through 4, and I was going to get 5, but then I didn't.
You need to. It's
That's what everyone's saying. It's way better than 4. If
Dude.
4 kind of let me down, 5 is the best. I have not. I had it paid off and pre-ordered, and I ended up taking half of it to pay off Luigi's Mansion and the other half to pay off my Pokemon pre-orders.
dude.
I got kids, and they're like, oh, I'm like, okay.
I get it, man. It's my only like big purchase usually for a game is I'll wait till Gears comes out and I'll buy like the big version of it. But you know, you gotta buy it if you like the series. It's the best game, hands down, that they've ever put out.
And that's rare. That's
Yeah.
rare for a 5th entry. Because Halo 5, let me tell you, is garbage.
Yeah.
It
Oh
is
yeah,
garbage.
it's terrible. It's the worst, one of the worst games I've ever played.
I think the reason why Gears of War 5, the gameplay's fine. It's really good. Don't get me wrong, but when it comes to the area of the storyline for Gears of War 5, that's where it shines.
Yeah.
Is the storyline,
That's
and
what-
then it's a beautiful game. It's just very well done.
I'm sure you'll get it
Thanks, guys.
eventually.
No, I will, for sure.
Uh,
I think, actually, like, they had it on Game Pass or something?
Yeah.
I have it on Game Pass.
That was only like $10 a month, right? I was like,
If you do like this new thing that they're doing, like you get your Xbox Live and the Ultimate Game Pass, it's $15 a month instead of paying like I was paying $25 for both of them, and then now with you doing this, you get it for $15 a month.
I just got an Xbox One not that long ago, and like my free shit ran out. So I was like, oh.
Yeah,
But-
dude.
Follow me.
Yeah, well, not to say anything, but if you get it, send me your gamer tag, dude. You can play with us. We'll run through the campaigns with you. It's fun.
I want to play very badly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Anyway, what was your question?
my question was, are you guys bringing any books down? Are y'all actually setting up your shop?
Yes, absolutely.
100%.
I am bringing. We did a count, and I can't remember what it was. Roughly 40 to 45,000 books.
Nice. And my big question was, do you have any Gears of War books?
Ooh,
That
I don't know.
no one I know has I can't finish the run. Like I have a bunch of them, but I don't have like the last few, and I cannot find them.
I'll take a look, and if I do, I will not just bring them. I'll set them aside for you.
Dude, that'd be awesome. I'd appreciate that
Yeah.
so much. Sweet.
Yeah, no, there's going to be, and that's another nice thing about having a comic convention is there's actually comic books in the room.
Yes.
Which is, as someone who travels to all these shows and loves buying comics, that's getting to be a surprisingly hard thing to do at some shows.
Oh, I
Well,
bet.
How many years has this been going on now?
This will be the second year for the New Orleans Comic Con.
Okay. Oh, well, all grand total though.
So
I've been
the
involved for
MightyCon
6 years now.
Yeah, the MightyCon show has been going on for 6 years. Started just outside Chicago, spread up into Wisconsin, then over to Iowa, then down to Missouri, and finally down to Louisiana. Next year we'll also
We're adding
be
Colorado Springs.
yeah.
That's a nice area.
Yeah. So yeah, it just keeps growing because the demand is out there.
That's amazing. You know, in this day and age when everything is so digital, people still want the tangible thing to hold to, and I really dig that with the books and stuff like that.
Well, honestly, what's amazing about it, the collector's comic market has outperformed the S&P 500 for the last 10 years. You're better off investing in high-end comics than
That's good.
anything. Which is
That's really amazing.
Yeah. Oh, I had a guy bring a Hulk, Incredible Hulk #1 into the shop for a appraisal, and after appraising it, he asked what he should do with it. Like, should I sell this? What should I do? I go, look, man, I'll be honest. If you sold it, there's literally nothing you could do with that money. It's going to offer you the return of just putting this book in your sock drawer.
Sure.
It's gaining like 20-25% a year in value. There's no bond anywhere that you could invest in that's going to give you that. So
Now, what are you seeing out now? The new comics that are hitting the market that you could see in 25, 30 years going, these are the new, say, Hulk. This is the new this.
anything movie or TV related. That is what people are loving, and you'll hear about books getting optioned for a movie before they even come out now.
Okay.
Which is, but that's the thing. Everyone wants to know what's going to be the next movie or TV show. I'm looking at our new issue rack right now, and there's so many that are just great fodder. Oh yeah, that would be a great one. Saga. There's a new one coming out called Undiscovered Country. Already got optioned for a movie. There's so many television shows coming out and so many movies.
Is it Bloodshot one?
Bloodshot, I think we are 1 month away from the first trailer.
Yeah, because
Not the Jason David Frank TV show.
Right. And that one, there's a book. You go back 3-4 years, you couldn't give those books away.
which are the Bloodshot?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have a complete run of the original from the Valiant series.
Oh, they were such good books.
Yeah, which you hear a story is like when I was like, I think I was like 16 or 17. My mom and my father were part of the American Legion, and this comic book, we had a big huge flood here, and a comic book store flooded, and they contacted my mother and the organization and said, look, we got all these books, we can't really do anything with them, we're going to have to donate them to something or throw them in the garbage. Would you guys like to donate all these books to like the VA hospital? And my mom was like, yeah, sure. So she went and picked up, I think it was like 27 long boxes of comics. And she brought them to the VA, and the guys at the VA didn't want them. They weren't interested in them. So I have 27 long boxes of like Valiant books in my storage container.
Wow.
Yeah. And some of them were signed. I have like signed books and shit by different people.
Oh, that's amazing.
Like I couldn't tell you who signed it because I don't know the actual signatures because they're kind of scribbly.
I don't know how accessible they are to you, but we will actually have down there Pulp Culture Comics is going to be setting up the show. These guys are autograph experts.
Oh, wow.
And so if you actually bring them up, he can this guy, it's so amazing. I've seen him like point at books and go, oh yeah, that's a Bob Layton, but you can tell it's Bob Layton from earlier in his career because then later on in his career he started looping his O's differently.
That's funny. I do think I have a couple of those in there somewhere.
Yeah, so if you bring him out, he can identify him for you and help you out. It's Pulp Culture Comics.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. So I'm kind of excited to see if this Bloodshot movie, to see what it's about.
Oh, I'm sure it'll be fun. I can't wait.
Well, I have noticed a big trend in TV shows and comics and TV shows, and there's that whole thing now. It's like that the entire industry is focused on the fantasy realm more so than it used to be. I would say there was a gap there between like late 80s to early 2000s. There was kind of a gap that there wasn't anything going on. And then all of a sudden now we've got, you had the Flash coming up, you had the Green Arrow, you had all those, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's just taken off again.
Forgot to lock the door. Sorry, guys.
That's all right.
You got some.
He's being robbed.
We closed in like 10 minutes, and like the last 10 minutes, 9 people came in.
That's hysterical.
No, that's the way it always works.
Hey, man.
But what are your thoughts on that, man?
I agree with like everything from that, like the TV shows and everything. That seems to be what's more popular. Like right now, like Boom Studios with like the television property of Power Rangers. Now there's like its own continuity with just in the comics with like Lord Draken with Evil Tommy. Like what if he never broke Rita's spell and everything?
Right.
It seems nowadays it's more focusing on the nostalgic factor.
Okay. I got you.
Of course, like Power Rangers, because every '90s kid is now like me, got to be 30. We can still suck them back. Right. We can hit the nerves, and then they're like, oh, but we're gonna add adult elements that we can't do in the TV show because that's mostly for kids. So now, like they're taking things like My Little Pony and like Sonic the Hedgehog, and they're like injecting little hints of more adult things into it. So yeah, the fantasy and like the sci-fi element, like it's completely different than like what 20 years ago, like where it was just drastically different.
Oh yeah, for real, man.
Me, if there's a TV show that's got a freaking witch, a vampire, a werewolf in it, that's my freaking genre. That's what I'm freaking watching. I'm an adult male that still is into like teen movies. I'm digging that genre, so I was like, hey, whatever. It's my thing. Whatever.
I mean, like
But,
the
that's-
new Sabrina was awesome. I don't know if you watched that show.
Yeah.
Of the new Sabrina. Fun fact: besides its Comic-Con stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah.
chef and an award-winning indie filmmaker. So like the whole Comic-Con thing and the film thing rolled into one. Like this is my kind of talk right here.
No shit, dude. That's
This is
fantastic, dude. Yeah. You're gonna have to like let us know what movies you do and stuff. We'd love to help you promote it. You know, get it out there, man.
Scar Productions.
What is it?
Pepper Scar Productions. Pepper Scar, because I have a scar that looks like a jalapeno.
Oh, okay,
Nice,
very cool.
nice.
Something like that. But yeah, no, I like horror. I like dramedy, comedy, all that other stuff. So we're talking about Sabrina. I mean, like, I'm pretty sure, I don't know when it is, but they had Sabrina the Teenage Witch comics before, but now I'm pretty sure there's new, like River, like the whole, like that's the best example. Look what they did. Like they turned Riverdale,
Right.
like the old school funny books, into a TV show that's like dark and gritty, and now there's comics based on the new show that are selling out super quick. It's insane.
Yeah, and
Right, because they merged that universe together.
Right,
with,
but
Archie and Sabrina.
but didn't they have comics that came out prior to that? Was it like the Death of Archie or something like that? It was called.
Jughead,
Yes.
Archie, like they had all this stuff, and they were like kid friendly and everything, and then they rebooted it because again, it's the whole like the Power Rangers thing. Nowadays they're gonna take the nostalgic. I don't know why I say it so weird. The nostalgic factor. They take that and they combined it with more adult themes, so it's something new, but it's familiar, and it hits everything, like old fans, new fans, and now it's just like the comic companies and everything, like IDW and everything, they're taking advantage of that. It's like, well, the show's working, we're gonna get the license, and now we're gonna comic. So it's like a comic based off of a show, which was based off originally a comic.
Yeah.
It's all
Right. And it's amazing how dark they've been able to make this universe, because
Especially
10 years ago you couldn't have made that on TV.
No.
Well, look they have Archie versus Predator.
Yeah.
Like
That's weird.
never thought that was gonna happen.
I would actually.
No.
I didn't never read that, but I really want to see that. Like, it's got to be pretty good.
It's insane. Like the Scooby-Doo Apocalypse comics they have now, where it's like the end of the world, and it's like Scooby-Doo, and it's blood, and it's like Mad Max meets Scooby. It's
Right.
insane. Like,
I can spin this one right now where Scooby-Doo, they kill him, but he's buried in a pet cemetery and he comes back.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that would be
Oh,
awesome.
Raggy!
Trying to eat Shaggy. That's the thing. Him and Shaggy always ate together, and now he's trying to eat Shaggy.
Yeah, there you go, dude. That'll be all. That is so good. All right, note to self: that is a perfect comic. We need to write this and make this happen. Tim Lottie, if you're listening to this show, which I know you are, you bastard, do me a favor. Let's get this together. We'll pitch it to IDW. We'll make a fortune.
We need a zombie Scooby.
Oh, that'd be great.
What would they call it? Pet Cemetery Scooby-Doo. That's the best crossover that has not happened yet.
It'd be
Stephen
awesome.
King and not Hanna-Barbera. Is it Hanna-Barbera?
It used to be Hanna-Barbera.
Used to be. That's
A
Warner
long
Brothers.
time ago. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all
Yeah,
mixed
it's
up
now
now.
Warner Brothers property. Yeah, my
Pretty
my
soon
cousin used to, back in the day, used to draw Scooby-Doo for back in the Hanna-Barbera
Yeah.
days.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty soon it'll all be owned by Disney anyway.
Yes.
They could totally do it. They just had Supernatural crossover with Scooby-Doo. Like, they could totally do Stephen King's Pet Cemetery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They could. They used to do the celebrity Scooby-Doo things.
Scrappy-Doo tries to kill the gang because they don't
Oh.
give a shit about Scrappy.
Yeah, no, or Scooby Dum. Scooby Dum could be the other one. Yeah, because the big stupid one.
Who was the gray one?
That's Scooby Dum is the gray one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was the
Okay,
big
that's
stupid ass who that would be great. Like he would be the dumb one, and he walks into the pet cemetery and falls into one of the graves and dies, and then he comes back to kill Scooby Doo.
Scooby-Doo could have the best werewolf transformation scene ever. He could be regular Scooby-Doo like a Great Dane, and then all of a sudden he gets enraged and he just completely wolfs out.
Or he turns into a human.
And he could be standing beside a bag of Blue Buffalo dog food where it says, "In every dog there's a wolf."
Oh my God, that would be great. That'd be awesome.
That would be the best 3-page intro to a series talking about Stephen King's Pet Cemetery and meeting Scooby-Doo. If Fred is just like, you know what, Scooby, you too old and I'm tired of this shit.
Did you read
Breaks the dogs now.
Scooby Apocalypse?
No, but we were talking about
We were
it.
just talking about it.
Yeah. It was really great. Surprisingly so.
It sounds like something I would really like to get into, though.
Oh yeah, it was bizarre and
Dark.
weird. Yeah. Oh, there's death.
Yeah, and then the Predator versus Archie. It's just insane.
You see his face. He's like, "That's ridiculous."
But to catch you up, what we were talking about is how some of the things on TV, we were seeing a lot of fantasy coming back to be more popular on television. But we're noticing a lot of the fantasy dark universe stuff, how it's been able to really become dark on TV, which I can see it more dark now than you could have done at least 10 years ago. Like we were talking about Sabrina, how vividly dark that universe was.
Absolutely. Well, I think the biggest thing is the shift in thought that, you go back 10, 15, 20 years or more, comics were for kids. And that's that was the thought. Comics are for kids.
But those kids grew up.
100%. And that's the thing, is nowadays, for me, I'm a comic book seller. I don't want kids coming in. Kids don't have money. What kids have? $1.20 in their pocket? No, I don't care.
Fingers are sticky, smell like poo. I know.
Yeah, right. I want the adult coming in who's looking to buy a $50 book, or something like that, or who's looking for an investment. Now that we've realized adults buy comics, are into all this stuff, we can shows have started to market towards them, and that's where you're really seeing all these TV shows and movies coming out. Is all these like independent books that were based on not necessarily adult for the sake of being adult series, nothing like too graphic or out there, just stuff that is more, not totally geared towards kids.
Sure.
Where do you see? Where did you think that began? Where the gearing from, like your basic, okay, here's Spiderman, Superman, as kids were reading these more wholesome books and stuff, and then like the gears have changed. It changed drastically, and I know where I think it changed, but I'm just curious on what you guys think.
If I got to nail it down to something, I'm going 1992 Image Comics coming out.
Yeah,
they went their own direction, and I mean they were violent, they were graphic,
yes,
they were sexualized, they were still somewhat marketed to kids, but they really shouldn't have been.
Right.
And I mean, hindsight, man, I was like, 12 to 14. I shouldn't have been reading Savage Dragon. That was a terrible book for kids.
Right.
And I think that is what really did it, because you saw Image able to give these people a chance to tell stories that never would have been told by Marvel.
Right.
Marvel,
like Spawn.
Spawn, 100%. Spawn ripping guys' heads off. Marvel wouldn't have touched that in a million years.
And that's where I said it. I thought it changed. I remember going to the damn drugstore and seeing Spawn 1 on the shelf and going, man, that looks really cool. I'm going to get this. So I picked it up.
It was really cool.
It was so, and that book actually put my life back into comics, because I'd stopped reading them for a long time, because as a kid you get to that point where you're kind of like, vagina's more important than comic books. So I was not worried about that and was going after girls instead of worried about going buy comics. But then when I saw that, I was kind of like, this is way cooler.
I had the same mentality, and I ended up with 2 kids and divorced.
Wait, and a bunch of comics now.
That's awesome.
And on that note, we'll be right back, kids.
Yeah, guys, we'll take a break. We'll be back, guys.
Welcome to the mystical and whimsical side of New Orleans. Let Dr. Joe Doggo's elegant magic embrace you, giving you a peek into the haunted, shining a light into the side of the city where the vampires reside, and letting you see into the world of the voodoo culture, the history of New Orleans.
You ready for a new value? Not a
That's right, whether you're a local or just visiting this beautiful city, you've got to check out Dr. Joe Dalgo's Spirits of New Orleans Magic Show. He's been performing magic for over 45 years, and he gives you a true sense of New Orleans culture and history. It's an amazing show and good for the whole family, so please check him out. And don't forget to check out the website at www.crescentcityconjuring.com. That's www.crescentcityconjuring.com. So that's right, Spirits of New Orleans Magic Show with Dr. Joe Dalgo. See what the city been talking about. You're gonna like it. I guarantee.
All right, yeah. So there you go, guys. There you go. That was our little commercial. I don't even know what we advertised, but we did. Anyway, it was probably for my magic show. That's what it was. Yeah, I do a magic show once a week at a
He's
hotel.
Assistant. He wears the unitard.
Yeah, I got the little pink outfit and everything. Y'all should come check me out. I didn't.
It's nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
For us,
Yeah, maybe next year's con, I can convince my boss to do it for you guys. We can set it up and y'all can have it as an event.
Absolutely.
I mean,
love it.
Because because the magic show is based off of all the things New Orleans. Like it tells a story about all the history and stuff in New Orleans
Hoodoo,
through magic.
That's actually really cool.
The opening act's like, don't cross the bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I can't cross the bridge. We can't go over there.
See, you missed a great opportunity to start a new legend there, Wayne, when you could have said that the reason they don't cross the bridge is because a voodoo priestess cursed the bridge.
Oh, yeah.
And you could have had this whole thing, and you could have started this whole.
Damn, I should have, but you know.
Okay, we can fix that in post.
When we
now.
listen, it's a completely different thing.
Right, we can fix that in post. Okay,
Sweet.
We'll
put in Morgan Freeman's voice talking about it.
The Bridge Witch. There you go. Bridge Witch.
Terrible sandwich.
We were talking about Spawn when we left the show and came, broke for the commercial, but I do want to say that I do remember, like I think it's I want to say it's number 21 or something. I have that tattooed on my leg, the whole cover. I'm not really sure if that's the issue or whatever. It was the white cover with him like standing out by himself. It was an all white cover with like a little slit.
Wayne, that's not a cover. You're just really white, and it's just your skin tone.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Is it 21 or 22?
21 or 22, yeah.
Spawn was the very first series that I ever actually got number one, and then every week would ride my bike to the comic shop, see if there was a new one out.
Same.
It was the first time I got to follow a series right from the beginning.
I agree. That was the same thing because I got into like West Coast Avengers as a kid, but I didn't get like number one. I was like, later.
You jump in at number, what is it, like, 82 or
right.
something.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, that's the one right there. I have that on my calf.
Nice.
But I do remember like the one Spawn book that really like stuck with me was, I believe, and I really thought it was like this is what the turning point of like being super edgy for Spawn was the one with the ice cream man. I think that was number 5.
Oh yeah, the Billy Kincaid.
Yes.
Ice cream man. I scream, you scream.
We all screaming.
Kid scream, so I made him scream.
Yes, and he would cut those little.
That, you saw that, and you thought Marvel would never touch this.
Right. I was like, who's going to put this out but these people? Because I'm like, the dude was cutting off children's fingers and gluing them to a board inside of his ice cream truck.
Yeah.
And that was just like, at that time, I was just like blown away going, wow, this is freaking intense.
Oh, yeah. And you just know that. It's very... Spawn gets revenge. Don't worry.
I really hope the new movie is
all for him.
Yeah.
And by the way, they actually made an action figure of the dead Billy Kincaid.
Oh, did they? I didn't know they made a figure of him.
It was like a mail away or a Spawn Club or something. I can't remember. I had one once. It came in the collection.
Damn.
I thought, this is very graphic, but very, very cool.
Like I would like to own that one actually. I mean, I have a bunch of old Spawn figures. I actually have a Violator from the first release, but it's signed by McFarlane.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, a buddy of mine waited in line for it for me.
I've got a couple McFarlane signed figures around here somewhere.
Nice.
And again, that's another part that you saw targeting adults is when he started putting out his own action figures. He said, "These are not kids' toys."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the line that I have. I have the action figures.
Yeah,
like that.
and I mean they put work into them, and all of a sudden it was this whole new market where they were like, "Wait, we can charge $12 for an action figure
For an adult?
and people will buy it by the millions." I mean, leads into nowadays where you can't even buy $6-7 action figures anymore. They just don't make them.
No, I mean the closest you get are these really bad Star Wars figures that are out now that are just like they're terrible. I don't like the way they look anymore. I haven't bought a Star Wars figure forever.
Basic, like the 3.75 inch Star Wars figures are horrible.
Yeah. Now the Black Series are nice.
I switched to the Black Series. I'm a giant.
I know.
I'm a
That's why I said
giant Star Wars
starting
guy.
with Star Wars toys.
Yeah, I have an entire storage room full of Star Wars stuff, dude. Yeah, I'm with you.
That was a bunch of Spawn action figures.
Nice. Dented.
I got some of the. I got a signed Tremor right here.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, it's so cool the stuff that's out nowadays. It's so hard on the wallet, but it is. So, I mean, you see and honestly, you see stuff that doesn't even necessarily need to be like Spawn murdering Billy Kincaid with popsicles and chains. They don't. It doesn't need to be graphic. Just they can just put out comics that are just stories for adults.
Yeah.
In fact, next Thursday night on network television, Stumptown is premiering. New show based on a Brian Michael Bendis comic.
Really?
Wow.
Really?
It's a detective story. Stars Kobe Smothers. Yeah, and so it's right. It's network television. I mean, it's right. It's not dark or graphic. It's just not for kids. It was a book made for adults who wanted to read a good story. And in fact, if you watch the premiere next Thursday night, you will see a commercial for the New Orleans Comic Con.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, we got some ad time during it.
Very cool.
Now, some of that footage in there. Who was that shot by?
So we got some. I don't know. We got some Michael J. Fox impersonators just shaking.
Oh. Hello, Mr. Fox. Shaken or stirred? I wonder.
Marty, we're never gonna be guests at that show.
But no, but so you get stuff like that nowadays. That and again, there's a book that when it came out,
By the way.
No one cared about. That now is a good $30-40 book because there's a show coming. Okay.
What show is this?
Stumptown.
Oh, okay.
It's
Yeah,
Stumptown.
people are going after it now. I got you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Randy's breaking down right
Yeah,
now.
he's done. He's done. You just broke him. You broke him. Look at him, the poor
You made
guy.
a Michael J.
I've done
Fox
this
reference.
to him, and it's never
Yeah.
stuff that we can repeat,
Oh, damn Teen Wolf.
right? You need a minute? Gene?
Yeah, he's like, take a breath, man. You
Do you need to go outside and just curb for a minute?
No, I need caffeine, and he said Teen Wolf, and I'm like, why did you?
Man, come on, you gotta have that reference, man. Teen Wolf.
He said Teen Wolf, so I'm like, oh, it was rebooted, darker. We were talking about that stuff, and I'm like, nope, he's
God.
talking Michael J.
But you're right. Yeah, that was rebooted as well.
Yes.
Actually, one of the guys who worked on Teen Wolf, the guy who did all the visual effects, I can't remember his name to save my life. He does like really graphic horror movies. One of them is Laid to Rest is the name of the horror series. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's very good. He's the director and writer of those, but he did the special effects and stuff for Teen Wolf.
Are you talking about the MTV Teen Wolf or the Jason Bateman Teen Wolf?
No. Who the fuck? Jason Bateman? God, that doesn't even exist in real life. No one even knows that exists, man. Teen Wolf 2 is a fake.
It was awesome, man.
It was
That's my
terrible.
favorite.
He ran
It was
right.
the only true Teen Wolf. We're going down in flames.
Yeah, we are.
Just
Yeah,
like
gentlemen,
Paul
we're burning up now.
This is our forte. We went down off the rails fast. This is perfect.
That's good. That's how we like it.
Good.
Yeah, as you noticed.
back to figures.
Oh,
wanted to
sorry.
ask you. I'm sorry, Wayne.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
You brought up the figures.
Yeah.
The large figures. There's so. Where was I going to go with this question?
We don't know.
Oh my God!
Obviously,
I know,
you don't
because
even
you got
know.
me off
You have
the
no
rails.
idea what you were going to even ask.
I did until you got me all confused now.
Large figures.
They're so.
Large-
I think we're gonna have an adjective. Expensive,
Expensive? Yeah, that's a good
Well,
one.
yes, expensive.
Stumptown.
Oh,
rare.
Stumptown.
No, stop talking. Why are you? No.
Michael J. Fox, quit it.
Go back to laughing.
I have one.
there was a line of the large figurines, and I never could know the name of them, and I've been trying to figure out. They're all the female character large figurines, like
Was it the
Poison
bomb?
Ivy,
Was it the
Harley Quinn.
bombshells?
Sirens?
Sirens or bombshells? That's kind of the two names for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they were like half naked.
Yeah, that's pretty much all of them.
Well,
That's pretty much, yeah.
I don't know, Rum. I'm just trying to help you, man. I don't know what you. No one knows what's in your brain but you.
Oh, the only reason I'm asking is I'm supposed to be getting 4 of them, and I don't know what to do with them.
Well, if it's bombshells, they're like the sepia tone, like looking old school type ones. But if it's the sirens, they're the ones that are like almost new, like you just went to a show.
Yeah.
somewhere.
Okay.
No, and stuff like that. If you're getting it, you don't know what to do with it. It's stuff you don't want. You're just like, I don't know what to do with this stuff. Again, they're huge. I mean, stuff like that takes up a lot of room. You can actually bring it to conventions. Bring it to the Comic-Con, and you just kind of go to the vendor and say, hey, are you guys buying? You guys buying figures? You guys buying comics? And
Most of the time they're buying.
yeah, everyone there's
Okay.
buying. And you can usually unload stuff.
Because he said they're on like basis, and they're about anywhere between 14 and 22 inches high, depending on.
Yeah, sounds like it could be the some of the statues, maybe the artifacts ones or something like that. But yeah, and stuff like that. You know what? If nothing else, you bring them to the show, and there's going to be someone there who deals in that stuff. They can tell you, oh yeah, this is what they're worth. If you're selling them, this is how you sell them, and
I think it's great.
yeah.
How many vendors you got going on to the going to be at the one in Kenner?
I don't know, a lot. Use that.
A lot.
Yeah, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean anything from comics, toys, rare DVDs,
Old school video games.
yeah, art prints.
Well, that's great. I think it's gonna.
There's so much good stuff.
Yeah, I know. There's one guy going who deals in DVDs, which is cool because I've seen him around every show, and every show I grab something from him. In the last show, I got he had the full set of the X-Men animated series,
Oh, wow.
Oh, awesome.
and so I've been going on this huge nostalgia trip watching those, which has been a blast.
That was such a great show.
It holds up pretty well, too. Yeah, holds up real well.
I always like that better than the Spider-Man one too. For some reason,
Spider-Man was solid,
good,
but X-Men
like,
was great.
Batman the Animated Series and X-Men were like Marvel and DC. Like for me, that was like, yep.
That
Yeah,
was a 2 to
all
watch. Yeah, 100%.
I always like Spider-Man: The Amazing Friends better with the Firestorm and,
Yep.
and
Yep.
Iceman.
From back in like the 80s and 90s.
Old school.
Yeah.
Actually,
they're
it'd be
always,
more like 70s, 80s.
Yeah, there's another book that a year ago was $5 and now is $40.
wow.
Really? Dang. That's cool.
No good reason why. I have nothing.
Yeah, it's funny
Most-
as you say that. It's funny you say that because like I'll look at stuff and I'm going, hey, I got shit that I've been sitting on since I was like 5 and 6 years old as kids. I got stuff from my dad and stuff like that. I'm looking at it going, this is garbage. And then I look up the price and I'm going, all right, well, this one says $5. This one says $105. I'm going, what's the difference? Why is, and I'm like, this one's in better condition. This one looks like shit, but this one's worth more.
And that's if we have time at the convention, I've talked to our programming guy. I actually do a panel on how to sell your comics that I'm
cool.
hoping to be able to put on there. Because that is a very confusing area for most people. Shockingly so. No one has any clue how to value out their stuff or how to turn it into actual money.
Spoiler.
It's very much like juggling stock market, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it really is. It is like every day treating it like a bunch of tech stocks where someone might be filing patents. Every day you sit there and you go, okay, what just got optioned for a movie? Okay, that book is jumping up. Well, we get books that are jumping up on speculation. There's one book. This one drives me nuts. So there's a Silver Surfer book that a couple months ago, it was in dollar bins everywhere. No one cared. Overnight, it became a $70 book because it's the first appearance of a character that could possibly be the Herald of Galactus, who could possibly show up in a Fantastic Four movie that could possibly be made by Disney at some point. So we're like 3 degrees of separation away from anything being an actual event. But for some reason, this book went from worthless, couldn't give it away, to $70 overnight. So if you're a savvy investor and you ran out and you quickly jumped on these and got them when it started to go up and you hit like that $5-8 range, you bought like 20, 30 of them and you flipped them instantly. Yeah, in one day you could have made well over $1,000 just by being a good investor.
That's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. And and on the flip side, I see people all the time with these books that they were hot for a minute, and then it comes out, oh, that rumor wasn't true. It's actually this person's going to be in the movie, or so on, and the book just plummets. And I had a guy bring a small collection in last Saturday with a bunch of Wonder Woman books. He said, yeah, these were really hot, right? I know I've seen you carrying these. And I go, they were really hot. It actually came out that in the new Wonder Woman movie that this person's not going to be the main bad guy. So it went from $30 down to $10, and so it was a little bit of a hit to him that he had paid a lot for this collection, was hoping to make some money on it. He made a little bit because he got a good price, but not nearly what he was hoping for.
Right.
That's how the stock market goes. That's how investing is.
Yeah, I mean it's also it's the same way with action figures. I mean, I do a lot of action figure collecting as well, and you look at these people would fucking like the Star Wars when Episode 1 hit and everybody was like swarming the stores to buy all that stuff.
Oh, God.
And you bought everything you could see and everything you want, and now you can't even give that stuff away.
I know. Remember when you went out and bought all the Jar Jars?
No, I did not buy any of those. I actually have one one figure per line. Like I bought every figure at the time, but I didn't buy like the multiple. Like I do guys who went in there and bought like 6 and 7 of each figure.
Oh, I had a buddy of mine would go into Targets and wherever store he could and just clean. I mean, he would just have his cart and just put his arm out and just sweep everything into his cart. Just grab everything he could. And again, the problem was for every one figure that made him money, there were 10 that he lost his ass on, and now here we are 30 years down the road and he's broke and can't figure out why. It's like, well, you were an idiot.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's pretty straightforward.
I only buy new characters now, like in the smaller, like I don't like how they look, but like when October 4th, when the new figures come out for episode 9, I'll get like new characters, but the little ones. I got a Jar Jar, I got an Anakin, little Annie, little Potty.
I can tell you now, man. Like, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I've always been a huge Star Wars fan. But after episode, what was it? I want to say episode 3. It kind of killed me. No, I'm saying it kind of killed me with the figures. I was just kind of like, I'm done. I can't spend, $300-400 a sitting on a bunch of figures, and I just can't do that anymore. I'm just kind of like, I got a kid now. I'm just like, it's not smart.
And the problem was they started just milking people with these money grabs. They put out the same figure in 9 different outfits.
It's like with Funko now, same shit.
You're right.
Yeah.
And you're looking at it going, well, this is the same figure. This is just Anakin with like, in this one his robe is cinched with a white belt, and in this one it's hanging open, and in this one he's got brown sandals. And
or it's on a different color card or some shit like that.
Right. And you're like, why do I need to buy the same figure 9 times over?
And you do it too, and that's what sucks. And then you look and go, I was either severely depressed or I'm just dumb.
Could be both.
I think it was both.
Yeah.
I'm in the same boat, so I understand.
Well, you're right about the Funko. How many Funkos do you have, Wayne?
Me personally, I probably have anywhere between I don't know, 200 and 500 maybe.
That's a big jump, 2 to 500, dude.
I don't, but I know it. I've never counted them. Like the ones I had more than that. I had like 1,500, but I sold like almost all of them. So I have we actually have a Funko shop here. So I just sold them all to him.
You know what, Wayne?
To help him
That's a
open
great
his
idea.
shop.
We should put the commercial for Funko in.
We should right here, right? This should be where we put it. This is a good idea. All right, we'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
Sounds good.
An amazing store has opened up in Slidell, Louisiana. Are you a Funko Pop collector? Yeah, I am. Then this is the store for you. Funko Pop, 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 pop. Can't believe it. It's so exciting. Hey man, don't leave me hanging like this. That's right, North Shore Pop Culture Collectibles, specializing in all things Funko. This is amazing. I've been waiting on a store like this for a long time. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, no matter what it is, if it's Funko, they've got you covered. I'm always looking for that rare piece to flesh out my collection. So groove on down to North Shore Pop Culture Collectibles, specializing in all things Funko. Located at 1394 Corporate Square Boulevard, Slidell, Louisiana, 70458, or call 985-265-4279. They're waiting for you. Everything you need Funko is right there. So it's Funko. It's pop culture. North Shore Pop Culture Collectibles. See you there. Hey, what the Funko are you waiting for? Get out to Slidell, Louisiana. North Shore Pop Culture Collectibles. This is great. I'm telling everybody I know.
You can collect them all. You've sold separately.
I did buy a bunch of pops, right? You know, like that's what I did. I would go out to the stores when they first popped out, and I would buy a ton of them.
Well, I mean, we can make you feel a little bit better here. Randy, have you ever bought any Funko Pops? Yeah, he's giving me a really guilty look right now. If we had to put a number on the total number you bought, what would that number be?
Total number.
Oh, I actually don't. What is the total number?
1375.
1,375.
Wow,
Down 620.
Okay,
that's
do you feel
impressive.
better? Wait, you feel a little better?
I do. I feel a little bit better. Not much, but I do feel a little better. But I know his pain.
He knows. I hated them when they first came out.
1,375.
Because
I have less respect for you. I would. My God.
there's a lot of really cool ones, and then you get into those series, and you got to find the
you
rare
want to
ones.
buy them all, yeah.
Oh, the chases, the glow in the dark, man, it was insane.
I've got this one Star Wars, I can't remember who, some Star Wars bad guy. I had 4 different ones with 4 different colored belts.
Really?
I'm looking at all these going, who is collecting this? Who is this targeted towards?
I was gonna say he's sitting right next to you.
But it's insane.
Hey, when you're down here, man, you should go check out that Funko shop. It's pretty impressive.
It is an amazing shop.
Is it a real Funko shop from like Funko?
No, it's not.
Yeah,
it's not from Funko, but all he deals in is Funko merchandise.
Yeah. What's it? I have a
North Shore Pop Culture Collectibles.
Okay. Well,
Just
check them out, man.
check it out, dude. You would really like it. They have so much
I
stuff.
know,
there.
I know. You absolutely shouldn't. You will leave broke.
I barely have gas to get to New Orleans.
You will leave broke and dead.
Take a couple of the ones you want to get rid of and take them down there. Maybe you can figure something
Yeah,
out.
because he does do trades and things like that. So he's a good guy. His name is Chunk. That's his nickname. I don't know what his real name is, but yeah, like from the Goonies.
I was gonna say Goonies. Yeah.
Hunk was Voltron. I'm tired. Someone's cursing me. How dare you misspell the name of this warrior? I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
So kidding.
But yeah, dude. Like I stick to my main collections. I don't go crazy anymore. Like I do horror movies. I do music. And every once in a while, I'll do some Disney stuff for the wife, or we do some sets. But other than that, I don't really go crazy anymore. I used to do DC and Marvel, and that freaking killed me. Like I would buy everything and then go, "Wow, I bought a bunch of crap, and it's not doing anything."
Yeah. Oh no, I'm in the same boat as you. I I collect Thanos stuff. This guy has got me a bunch of Thanos pops, which is pretty cool. And like Thanos and Warlock are pretty much it. Those are my boys. And other than that, yeah, eventually you have to. You got to narrow it down.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets tough, and I mean you can't own every single one of them. And then now one of the guys who's on our show, who does our Pot Thoughts show segment, he actually is living in the same area that Funko has their main place in Seattle. So he's sending me pictures of all the actual place and stuff, and he's like, "Hey man, if there's ever an exclusive from there you want, let me know and I'll get it for you." So I'm gonna like have like the real big dollar ones from there, but it's like,
Gundam, Dragon Ball used to be like super Rick and I had too many, and the sad part is this was post divorce. It wasn't even like that's the reason. Like I was just like it just became this thing. Like I hated pops, and then all of a sudden I was like, I want them all.
Yeah.
I gotta have them all.
yeah.
They're awesome. And now I'm just starting to realize, oh, I don't want them anymore.
What was
you know what it is? Did you ever see the movie Josie and the Pussycats?
No.
Yeah, you don't remember the movie Josie and the Pussycats?
Rosario Dawson in it.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I seen it then.
Okay, do you remember the do you remember the machine that controlled everybody's minds? It was like orange is the new pink. You want a Slurpee.
Yes. Oh my
Everybody wants a turtleneck.
That's Funko.
That's you.
That's Funko, man.
That's the Funko machine.
You know, dude, what was your first pop?
I was just gonna bring this up actually. I was in the Wisconsin Dells. It was for X's birthday. I was with my buddy. He gave me a buck. It was it was like one of those machines where the bricks go left to right. You got to stack them up. Stacker machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I put a buck in. I won, and it was an unmasked Darth Vader pop. And up until that point, I didn't care, but it was the coolest prize in the machine. I'm like, all right, I guess I have a Star Wars pop now. At least it's Star Wars. And then legitimately, like the next day at the Madison Comic Con, because we were up a day early just for like a water park thing. And then we ran the show in Madison, and then like I bought like 4 more that day during the show.
That's awesome.
The show, and then it just escalated from there. But it was an unmasked Darth Vader pop.
Cool. Yeah, my first pop was the bloody Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre one was my very first, and I didn't even know that it was anything significant. I was like, oh look, it's got a cool little sticker on it that says Chase.
Fox one?
No, this was like
OG.
Oh yeah, way long time ago. I didn't know it was anything significant because they weren't big at all then. Like I was like whatever. It's cool. So I opened it up and sat it on my shelf and threw the box in the garbage. And then like a couple years later, I'm like, man, I wish I had that box still. And then I got a new box and everything for it now. So it's back in its pristine little spot. But that was like a $250 figure that I was like just sitting on my shelf, letting my kid throw it around and shit.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Well, this has been weird.
What, this show?
The whole pop culture thing with the pop vinyls and
it's being
it is. I mean, I've got 2. I've got Doc from Back to the Future, and cool. I've got and I just got that in a loot crate. And I got one. It's a completely blank pop. There's nothing on the pop. It just says
the DIY
pop,
ones, huh?
Yep, I've seen those.
Yeah, it just says I'm a pop vinyl. That's it.
You can just pretend it's whatever pop you want.
Right? Why not?
Use your imagination. It's the barbed wire pop.
Yeah. I'm sure that'll come out eventually.
Yeah. Did you see they're making a Funko Pop movie?
Yeah, Warner Brothers.
Are they really?
Yep.
What?
From the producers that brought you Lego.
No, it was from the producers who. It was the producers who brought you. What was that other one? The Emoji film. Like, that's the guy who thought that was great. My kid loves that stupid movie, and it drives me crazy.
My daughters love it, and I'm just like...
Yeah, I can't watch it. I'm like, it annoys me. Watch something good.
At least if they watch Boss Baby, it's like, okay, so...
Dude, there's a Playmobil movie out. I mean...
Playmobil?
Yeah,
the
little stick guys with the big heads.
You're talking about trying to steal the Lego movie's thunder. Let's make a Playmobil movie.
It's probably...
Wow.
It's like not Michael Bay when James Cameron's like, you know what? Michael Bay made Transformers. What are we gonna make now?
GoBots.
GoBots.
I'd be all
Here we
about
go.
that. I would be all about a GoBot movie.
Absolutely.
I mean, why not?
I want a new Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Oh, you're not gonna get one.
Oh, it has that classic
Dude.
charm to it.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the damn Wayne's Brother film?
No, you go sit outside and you think about what you did, and when you're ready to apologize, you can come back in.
That's a terrible, terrible, terrible thing.
It was an awful movie.
Oh, it was like white girls and dragons. It was terrible.
Oh. I mean, it felt like a movie that was made by a bunch of guys who had heard about Dungeons and Dragons.
Right.
Like Dungeons and Dragons movies. Okay, so it's got like Dungeons and Dragons in it, right? All right, rock on.
Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
Let's put a funny dude in it and let's go with it. No,
Right.
it was terrible.
I don't know. I thought it was underrated.
Shut up, Rum. It was terrible.
It was no Knights of Badassium, but it was,
No, it was not. That movie was fantastic.
No, he can't be Robin in the Tim Burton Batman movies.
Well, yeah, you're right. That movie was terrible too. I'm not gonna lie. Batman and Robin, horrible. That was the first movie I almost walked out on. And I went to the theaters to see Human Centipede, so I don't want to hear it. Like I will sit through anything.
Brutal.
Yeah, I've never walked out on a movie.
I have.
I've
I
had-
want to talk about it on here.
I've had some awful movie-going experiences. I just never actually walked out.
Yeah.
All right, since we're bringing it up, most uncomfortable movie ever seen in the theater.
Not Revolutionary Road. Is that the one?
All right, you guys all do what you need to do before I just stomp all of you with it. So go ahead.
Was it Revolutionary Road with Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet when they came back together? And right, Hopper from Stranger Things was in it, and all I know is me and my buddy were sitting there, and she gets like, again, I don't want to get too crazy. She gets pregnant from a different guy, and then she ends up doing something. And my buddy's like, if this happens, I'm walking out. And the only reason why I left was because I was laughing so hard because he got up and walked. I was laughing so hard and interrupting the movie for all the normal people that I had to leave the theater.
One of the most not really. I don't get embarrassed often ever, and like really never. I don't. I could say some really stupid shit, and I don't care. I don't care what people think of me. But anyway, there was a moment where me and my friend went to go see American Psycho in the theater, and we're sitting there. It was the whole. I mean, the audience was packed. Everybody was in there. It was packed, and there's a scene where Christian Bale is chasing his hooker down the hall with a chainsaw. You know that scene, right? And when he drops the chainsaw down the stairs and waits for it to hit her, and when he goes, ha, me and my friend just died. We couldn't stop laughing. The entire audience turned around and stared at us for like 20 minutes. I was like, what? It was funny. Come on, dude.
It was a very funny scene. It was supposed to be funny.
Right.
It was.
And I just, people out here, they can't cross the river. They can't take a joke, whatever.
Right. All right. So no, if you want an actual uncomfortable movie experience, I was 15 years old, and I went to the theater and saw Chasing Amy with my mom.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. That's a great.
Bring it on. What do you guys got?
It's a great film. I sat down as a little kid and watched my mom squirm because we were watching Porky's.
Yeah. Oh no, I seen Mallrats and I thought, oh, Mallrats was great. It was so funny. I'm sure Chasing Amy will be funny because it's the same people as Mallrats. And I'm 15, so I don't have a car yet. And
right.
So, my mom didn't want to just drop me off. I don't know why. But whatever. So, oh yeah, she could probably go see it. It's whatever. It'll be some rude humor, but it's about the point where Joy Lauren Adams is yelling that she blew a guy while another guy fucked her from behind.
Yeah.
And I realized that this was a bad idea.
Mom, sorry. I'm so sorry. The other one that I thought was bad decision on my part is I took my mom to see Bruno.
Oh.
Movie where Dick talks?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know. I didn't have any idea. I was like, oh man, this is gonna be funny. It's Sacha Baron Cohen. It's gonna be a good film. And then the opening damn thing is his dick spinning around, and I'm going, all right, this is gonna be good. This is awkward. My mom was laughing, and I'm sitting there going, this is terrible.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, by the time Bo-Rat came out, we all knew him and we knew what to expect and all that stuff. But yeah, Bruno was still pretty. But I said by the time Bo-Rat came out, we all knew
Ball rat.
Bo-Rat.
Bo-Rat. All right, Bo-Rat.
By the time that came out, we all knew. But Bruno, it was he's still fresh. We don't know this guy. We don't know his humor yet as much. And
it was rough. That was a rough film.
That caught some people off guard.
Yeah, especially
jam in his ass, and it was like Wonder Emporium stuck on TV.
Well, my all-time favorite part of that whole movie was when the guys who ran the hotel tried to open the door, and him and that guy were handcuffed together, and there was fake poop all over the place, and they were like visqueened up on the bed, and they were naked. It was hysterical. They're like, "Can you guys help us? We can't get out."
Oh man, uncomfortable scene time for me in a movie theater was Mallrats 2. Was it Mallrats 2? No, Mallrats 2. What
Clerks
was
2.
The one with the Clerks 2. There's Clerks 2. Went with a friend of my wife, and she brought her young girl, her 12-year-old daughter, and she decided, that was a bad idea already. But the 12-year-old stayed with me while she went to the restroom at the time of the scene of the donkey show. And the entire time, the girl is just staring at me, eating popcorn, and I'm trying not to look at her, and I'm like, this is really uncomfortable. What do we do? And then she's asking me questions. And she's like, I don't understand. I'm like, I don't know. I don't understand either, sweetie.
He's petting the donkey from the inside. It's okay.
Why? I mean, hopefully that left everyone a little bemused, but
Well, Mom came back at the wrong time because now we're looking at each other and it looks like I'm trying to explain the movie to the daughter. And it was like, oh my God, this is not happening right now.
I think
that was bad.
But that scene, in fact, is a great litmus test for how terrible a person you are. Is about that scene. If you got it 100%, you're probably a terrible human being.
Yeah.
Horrible. Horrible.
That's my favorite filmmaker.
We know. Yeah, we know.
I was actually in the new movie, Jay and Silent Bob's new movie, whatever it is. Yeah, we're in Reboot. The whole podcast thing is. Yeah, we got the in Reboot they do a convention. This is without line. I mean, everybody knows it's coming, but we were one of the tables at the convention. We had a big banner and all kind of shit. It was pretty awesome.
Nice.
And
awesome.
those two guys, let me tell you, those two guys are probably two of the nicest fucking people I've ever talked to in my life. They came in our booth and like they were shooting a lot of stuff around us. So like the cameras and stuff are right in front of us. So they were just sitting in our booths with us, talking to us, bullshitting while they were filming. The nicest two guys, man. It was awesome to meet them. It's good to see that people that I respect and stuff are actually not dicks, you know?
They are they're the funniest guys. Jay will actually. I've seen him in he does a lot of conventions. He does a lot of science. So I see him on the road a lot, and he'll do this thing at conventions. It's the funniest thing in the world, where he'll be standing there talking to a guy, and you're just talking to him like, I love you and this and all that stuff. And he's talking, he's kind of nodding along with you. And slowly he'll start kind of patting his pockets, and just kind of that thing we all do. And he'll go, oh hey, you got the $5 I can bum off you? And it's Jay's, of course. Yeah, oh yeah, man, I use $5 or $10 or whatever. And I've seen it where he'll do this to a bunch of people in a row and just make like an extra like few $100, just bumming 5s and 10s. And it's the funniest goddamn thing. I'll just sit there watching it and just cracking up. And he keeps a straight face the whole time. And I talked to one guy who gave him $10. He's like, dude, it's Jay. How can you not give Jay $10? You know? I'm like, dude, it was the funniest thing.
Easily, I'd be like, dude, you're Jay. You don't need $10 from me.
You need like a 10 in Canadian or something and just keep it with you at all times.
And he's great at it. I mean, they're the nicest, just outgoing, friendly guys.
I've only seen them at like live shows. I haven't actually met them.
But no, a buddy of mine actually, his brother was in the Reboot as well. And so we'll compare notes if we see you down there next weekend. And
that'd be cool.
I don't think I'm allowed to talk about the scene yet in a public venue.
Probably not, because we had to sign a non-disclose for everything, so we can't like actually spew
Yeah,
anything about it
I
on the show. So,
Yeah.
Um,
So,
it's
If I
which-
ever want to meet them, please don't talk about it.
which
Yeah.
really, which really sucks because it's like I really want to say things that not that we saw in the film because I would never want to give anything, but just like the experience we had is cool.
absolutely. It's awesome, right? You want to be like, hey, we met these guys. We did this.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. We did post up the picture of us with them, so I was like, we putting that shit up. You're not gonna stop me with that. Sorry.
No.
But
Well, here's a question real quick before we get going, and I know you guys have got a lot of stuff to do, and you guys are closing shop. How early does your day start on convention day?
Are we talking specifically for New Orleans?
Yeah,
me
yeah.
personally, or the
Yeah,
show?
you. How? Because you're usually there by the time I get there. I'll usually get there around 7
I'm
a.m.
usually the first one in and the last one out. But like, the more we have shows in one venue, it's easier for me to leave a little bit more on time to get home. 'Cause I'm heading out by 7 p.m. Thursday night. I'm with a friend. I'm driving right down to NOLA, and then it's like I got to be at the venue at 10.
wait, so you're driving from Chicago?
Yeah.
Well, that's 14 hours.
Did
isn't it?
you
12,
fall on
14
your
hours?
head or anything? You okay?
Yeah, he'll
Oh,
be.
God.
Yeah, he'll be fine. And then on convention day, like I said, I usually get there around 7 a.m. and you usually had breakfast already by then. You're
Yeah.
usually sitting there already with your McDonald's wrappers or whatever, and you're ready to go. So I'd say probably 6 a.m. for you, on average.
I'll be
till,
in town. Yeah.
You'll out of the convention you'll get there around 6 a.m. and then you'll leave the convention hall at 7:30, 8. As long as assuming everything closes
It's gonna close
on
up because
schedule.
I want beignets.
I know you. Yeah, we know. Calm down.
I'm looking forward
I
to
know you are. Relax.
Very excited.
All right.
FYI, don't worry about Cafe Du Mall.
No,
Already been-
overrated.
Go around the corner to Cafe Beignet. It's right near the police station.
Yeah. Can you remember that?
Cafe, but yeah.
It looks like you're walking into a cave.
Yes.
It's really cool thing. It's very it looks like an airplane hangar type thing, but it's right near the police station. It's actually attached to it. They have the better beignets.
I'm gonna be
Go
the
there.
kid and get a three from one and then 3 from the other, and then just fucking compare them.
You will do it because you'll die. I'm telling you.
This.
I'm gonna double fist
you're
the
just-
Yes.
give that motion again. Hopefully the people listening can't see that, so we're all good.
You're all right, but we'll describe it later.
It looks like. It looked like he was making people happy.
Yes. He looks like a guy that enjoys the donkey show.
Turn your head.
Yeah,
to
he was the kind of guy who had 100% comprehension.
I was the
of the
sexy
donkey show
stud
scene.
of Clerks too.
Yes. Funny note about the sexy stud. His name is Zach Knudsen, and he is also a movie director that we were also in his film SuperCon.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Nice. Yes, I know SuperCon. That's excellent.
Yeah, if you watch it, the scene there's a scene of the actual convention. We're in there. They got the big banner for MHOG podcast, and he made sure we were in the direct view of the camera because he came on our show like a few weeks before, and we talked him through it and helped him get some of the comics and the artists and stuff in there. So it was really, really cool of him that he really hooked us up with a good spot.
I'm a big
Awesome.
fan of him because a big part of being a filmmaker and everything is I like the behind the scenes stuff, and usually he shoots all the behind the scenes for Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
Where he did for Zack and Miri and Clerks 2 and everything, and
Right.
Jay and Bob Strike Back. So I'm like, that's how I always watch the credits. So I'm like, yeah, this is directed by this guy. This is cool. He does great work.
Yeah, if you look at the end of that's the only credited thing we've ever gotten is on that film. At the end of the credits, it says special thanks to, and there's a big Metal Hand of God podcast.
we got credits for Scream as well.
Oh yeah, we did. We got credits on the Scream TV show as well for being a consultant.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're a consult. One of our members was a consultant because they have the guy on the Scream show who's a podcaster, and they wanted to know what they have to do to set up and do all that stuff. So we were consultants on that too.
I dig a lot. That's cool.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. I didn't get to be there for that, but whatever. He did good. He did awesome. He did awesome. but I screw. They think I screw them over on all these movie deals because I'm always in the movies and they're not. So it's okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys, look, man, this was awesome to have y'all on. It was so much fun. Look, whenever you guys want to do this again, if you guys want to promote another show, just come on. It doesn't have to be the one here. You know, any show y'all want to promote, just come on because we're all over the place. You know,
dude, you guys are
Definitely.
and,
Randy definitely like to talk to you about movies as well too.
Yeah.
Sure. I used to have a podcast. I got decent listens and hits too, but I just, again, depression and fun stuff.
Oh, dude, and I mean, honestly, sometime we'll jump on. Before comic books, my business was rare music, albums, and memorabilia. So
nice.
Damn, dude. Yeah, we got to get on and talk some more because you know, we are the metal hand of God, so we talk about music a lot.
Oh, I was on a podcast in St. Louis for the St. Louis Comic-Con. Music came up, and you'll just dig this as a real quick little bit of trivia for myself. Then, the one album I have that I'll never separate with, I have a recording of Cliff Burton's last show.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, I got Cliff's last show.
Is there any way to get a copy of that?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, no, I'm an old school metalhead. So.
Very, very, very
fucking
cool.
badass, dude.
Yeah, we'll rock out to that stuff later.
Hell yeah,
Sweet,
that's what I'm
man.
talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Well, guys, we do appreciate y'all joining us. And we'll definitely, well, I will be seeing you guys pretty soon over at the show for sure.
Love it.
Yep.
Oh, and by the way, we're going to be giving away 2 passes for that show, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, Metal Hand of God giving away some free passes to the show. However you guys want to. I can't remember if you're doing a Facebook. We're doing a few contests down there.
We'll probably do it the Facebook thing, because it's faster and it's easier that way. So we're just going to throw them out like that. But they're going to...
check in with Metal Hand of God and get yourself some opportunity to get some free passes.
That's what I'm talking about, guys. All right, well, look, thank you guys again. And let everybody know exactly when the date is for the show so they can come out and wear all the information.
Yeah, absolutely. 28th and 29th of September at the Pontchartrain Center in Kenner, just outside New Orleans. It's Saturday, goes from 10 to 6.
10 to 6 on Saturday.
And then 10 to 5 on Sunday.
Nice.
Tons and tons of guests from comic book writers, artists, Power Rangers, all kinds of people coming out. And I think it's free parking. And then $18 for a single day or $25 for a weekend pass. Hard to beat that deal. Kids 12 and under get in free. Everyone gets a free comic book at the door. You can't beat those kind of deals for the family.
No, that's awesome.
That's awesome.
Awesome. And is there a website they can check all this stuff out on?
www.mightyconshows.com.
There you go. All right. Just wanted to make sure we got that in there, guys.
Absolutely. Yeah, MightyConShows.com and MightyCon on Facebook as well. Hit us up.
You don't have to put in the www.
No,
you don't have to.
You haven't had to in like
checking
10
out.
years.
10 years. I'm checking.
I
out.
always do it, man. I'm with you, Randy.
Like I can't not do it. I can't help it.
It sounds better, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't MightyConshows.com. It doesn't sound right to me. I have to www.mightyconshows.com.
You guys are old.
I know.
God. I'm probably older than both of y'all, so be quiet. Anyway, all right, guys. Well, thank y'all for joining me. I was your host, Wayne.
And I'm the Rum Guy.
And that's the boys.
This isn't our
Say your
podcast.
name. Say your
You
name.
can that's what you got to say, man. Go ahead.
Say hi. Be polite.
Yes.
You are a guest. You better be polite. Thank you for having us on, guys. It's been a blast.
You guys are welcome. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to keep it
MHOG secret leaving his fame and his double dust bitch. Stay in your lane.
Okay then. That's it.